Hello, I'm joined by Conservative MP for Brentford and Isleworth, Mary Macleod. She's also the Small Business Ambassador for London. Mary, entrepreneurship, what does it mean to you?
Well, I think it is really important to the country and to business as a whole because, in the last year we had 500,000 startups in the UK. For me, this is where growth of the UK economy is going to come from. So what we want to do is encourage as many people as possible to think about setting up a business that may not have thought about it before.
How important is it for expanding the economy?
It's really important for expanding the economy. Part of it is about encouraging people to set up a business who haven't done it. And it's also for those people who already have a business, is encouraging them to grow. And that might be growing by employing some more people. It might be thinking about exporting. And we work really closely with UKTI, who have done a great job in working with the Foreign Office in different countries and helping businesses, literally hand-holding them to help them export to countries that will help them grow their business.
You hear the word entrepreneur a lot, but what makes you an entrepreneur? Is it anyone with a business?
Well, there's definitely, I think, special qualities to an entrepreneur, but it's all about someone who wants to create a business, has ideas, got something new or different or a different way to market, or they've just got something that stands out. So it might be that they're better at customer service than anyone else. So if anyone thinks that they can do something better than anyone else, or they've got something new, a different way of approaching something, then yeah, by all means, try setting up a business on it. And one of the things that I'm really keen to do is encourage more female entrepreneurs. Women are way behind men in setting up a business, and if women were setting up businesses at the same rate as men, if you compare it to the US, that would be 600,000 more businesses in this country, which would be £42 billion to the economy. So it's a huge opportunity there. So I do a lot of encouraging women to think about it, because I think a lot of people just don't even contemplate it, and that includes young people. So one of the things that I've asked the Prime Minister about and the Chancellor about is how do we take entrepreneurship into schools so that we encourage young people to do it, because there are plenty of examples and role models of young people, whether it's at school or university, have done something really exciting and different, because often that's when you're at your most creative, when you're young, and therefore and they've been really successful at business, so we want to encourage that.
What's the government doing to encourage entrepreneurship?
Well, part of it is making it really easy to set up a business, because if you think there's all this admin and red tape, it puts you off before you start. So we're making it really, really simple to set up a business. We're also making it much easier to get some funding. Often to set up a business, it doesn't take much money. But people do often need just a little bit of finance to get themselves going. So we've got a big sort of piece of work under James Khan on startup loans. So literally, people can apply for these startup loans, and there's some special funding for young people to set up a business, and that just gets people started. So part of it is encouraging also banks to give access to funding. So funding is a big part of it. Red tape is another part, making it really simple, easy to do business. One of the first things I did as an MP was the Prime Minister came to my constituency in Brentford, and we discussed with small businesses about how we simplify employment legislation for them, because we want small businesses to employ people, but it's quite a big risk for them, and you want to make it as easy and simple as possible.
What about corporation tax?
Corporation tax is absolutely important. One of the things that we've done, we've now got the lowest corporation tax in the G20, and that's something I'm really keen to that we maintain, because what we want to do is encourage more and more businesses to grow, and if we can keep corporation tax low, then that means it's competitive. It also means that we often get more inward investment, because people will see that we are a country where corporation tax is low, therefore they want to come and set up their business in this country. So that's all part of it. The other area is that I'm really looking into closely is business rates, because if you are a small business on the high street, one of your biggest expenditures is staffing. Your second is probably rental for your shop front or your office space. And then if you've got a shop front, you then pay business rates, and business rates are typically about half your rent again. So it's a lot of money. So say if you've got a tiny shop on the high street, your rent will be about, say, this is general, but sort of £50,000 a year, and your rates on top of that is £25,000 a year. So we've just managed in the last autumn statement to persuade the Chancellor to give a bit of a reduction in business rates for smaller businesses, those with a rateable value under 50,000, and then I'm trying to call for a full review of business rates, because I want fair taxation, and businesses are happy to pay tax, but just to make it fairer.
You mentioned businesses being competitive. Why is that so important?
We want businesses to be competitive because that means that they will have a better opportunity for gaining market share, and now we work in a global marketplace. So if you compare across the world different tax regimes or different ideas that are coming from businesses, we want to be the most innovative, the most sort of tax efficient regime to set up a business in. So it's really important that we find ways where we can sell Britain to the rest of the world, and we're running a campaign called the Great Campaign that is run mostly out of the Department of Business Innovation and Skills, but also through other departments including my own in Culture, Media and Sport, and we're really trying to say to the world, Britain is the best place to do business, and British products are great, and we need to sort of talk more about what Britain is so brilliant at and make sure the world knows.
Mary Macleod, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.